me.
No, but there's no such thing as an African-American woman. They made that up.
Okay, so we're all Africans.
They are American. They were born here. They're American, but they're dumb. And so they're calling themselves African-Americans because they don't think for themselves. You don't even look like them. Why would you want to attach that to your name?
You know, you are very special.
Do much better and sooner if you didn't have the Afro-Latina.
No. I will always be Afro-Latina, and that's why I'm an activist. I love my melanin. I love my background. I love my race.
But don't put the Afro stuff. You hurt yourself.
Never.
Believe me.
Oh, okay.
Because they're never going to accept you.
Oh, well, then I have another option but to. See, I'm breaking barriers, and it's working.
If you just be you.
I am me.
But don't do the Afro thing, because blacks only get in these positions because of their color, not because they're qualified.
Oh, okay.
They get into
like, you're not qualified to be here now?
Yeah, because I'm not into the Afro thing.
Oh, hey, guys.
All right, guys. So, Fula coming to you with another video. Well, you know, the way I look at it, the comments which were made by Jesse Lee Peterson is kind of not a surprise to me, because I've experienced the same thing. Now, granted, I've been in this country for quite some time now, but you know, I'm a continental African. My family is still in Africa. I would say a good 90% of my family is still in Africa. But, you know, I have been, you know, there have been, you know, there's been times when I say, yeah, I'm African, you know, and, you know, Caucasian Americans and what's a good word? Descendants, African descendants born in this country have said, you're in America now. That makes you American. You know, you're American now. You're an African American now. No, I'm an African, okay? And that's just the bottom line. You know, you guys won't even look at me as a full American anyway. You know, hell, you don't even look at, how shall I say, you don't even look at your own fellow Americans as full Americans. That's why we're in the ruts we're in right now with race relations. So don't try to label me. Don't try to put your label on me. And that's how I feel Amara La Negra was kind of responding to Mr. Jesse Lee Peterson. Is that, you know, and this is the sad thing, man. When you are, when you have an identity, when you know who you are, people will try to take that away from you. People will try to strip that from you because there's something not right with them, and it's ridiculous. He should know that even if you are a black person in America and you decide to not identify as, if you decide to say, oh, I'm not African, I'm American, he should already know with what's going on in this country right now, in the past of this country, that that's not really going to get you far. The reality is there is no we are the world, we are one human race, there is no color. The reality is we do have a common ancestor, but we were split up into nations and tribes. We do have different colors, we do have different cultures, we do have different customs. Now the real question is, how many of us are willing to accept different cultures, different customs. How many of us are willing to accept to coexist with different cultures and different customs, even though those cultures or customs may not make sense to you? You know what I mean? How many people are going to be willing to stand on their own square, keep their customs, keep their culture, because that's what they know, and not try to, how should I say, assimilate, or better yet, try to imitate? And I mean, this guy, I don't know what he was thinking. Like, really? What is Amara La Negra supposed to say? Oh, I'm American? And the fact of the matter is she's from Dominican Republic? Okay? Last time I checked, Dominican Republic is not a Commonwealth of America. I mean, if you wanted to get technical, you can say Puerto Rico. If she was from there, then she can say, yeah, I'm American. But come on now, man. He really needs to chill the heck out. For real. And you know what, I mean, my thing is this. You can be the same complexion as someone, have a different culture than them, but still be in the same struggle, still have the same goals, without compromising your culture, without compromising your customs to please them. And that's what I noticed that's what I really noticed, man, that people were trying to say about me. Like, you know, I like wearing my Thomas Sandcarter shirts. I like wearing my Amilcar Cabral shirts. I like wearing my PAIGC shirts. I like wearing my Frelimo shirts. I like wearing my CDR shirts. For those of you guys who don't know what these are, look them up. I like wearing my Antonio Maceo shirt. You know, I like wearing these things. And then, you know, people have the audacity to say, you're not in Africa anymore, and you're here now. Because they're trying to group you with them, because their way of thinking, that they feel that, you know, if they have you in their way of thinking, that you won't be, I don't know, like that you basically won't be an individual. And that's the problem. Everybody is entitled to individuality. Amara La Negra is entitled to individuality. So don't try to box her in when she don't want to be boxed in, when she want to express herself. Okay? Everybody has that thing. Everybody has a culture that they follow, that they adhere to. Okay? That's the one thing. You will never, I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're another African who has assimilated and imitated Yankee culture. You will never, ever, ever, and I repeat, ever take away my tribal culture, which is Fulani, from me. No matter how hard you try. That thing is in my bloodline. Thing is in my mindset. That thing is in the way I move, in the way I operate. And I think anybody who has a culture, being, if it's the Afro-Latina culture in its vastness, depending on what country you come from, that you should keep your culture. You should keep your identity, and you should always, no matter what, remember where you come from. And I think that, you know, some of these charlatans, want us to forget where we come from, thinking that's going to mean that we're going to get upper mobility because we decide to forget where we come from. And that's not going to be the case. So, Mr. Jesse Lee Peterson, if you're listening, you may want to rethink how you word things, and you may want to rethink, basically rethink how you try to send a message across, you know. We're, as I said, I'll say it before, I'll say it again, we're entitled to be who we are. We're entitled to have a culture. We're entitled to identify with something that we are. Amara La Negra is an Afro-Latina. You want to be technical, you can take out the Afro and put Black Latina, but at the same time, African is black. Okay? So, at the end of the day, his comments were dumb. At the end of the day, God created us in different hues, with different tribes, with different languages, so that we can get to know one another. And if you don't want to get to know one another, then I can't help you. You know, all I can say is God bless you, you know. But that's all I got for now, guys, man. Leave your comments. Let me know what you think about these comments. Let me know if you think Amara La Negra should identify as just a American, as Mr. Jesse Lee Peterson said. Off to the next one, guys. Inshallah.